Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. He is the lover of the covered maidens of Braj and the holder of great hill named Govardhan. He is the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, delighted of the inhabitants of Raj, and he wanders in the forest along the banks of river Jamuna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Jana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Jana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Jana Jamuna Tera Vanachari Jamuna Tera Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Shri Radha Madhava Ashta Saki Panchatattva Prahlad Vishnu Bhagavan Ki Jaya. Hare Krishna. Good morning, devotees. Where is book? Where is book? Do you want to join? Or
I'm not prepared, so I didn't really get to read anything.
okay, no worries. Opportunity is always there. Equal opportunity. So continuing from yesterday, the Thagoranda's class, chapter 21 of the 11th canto, entitled the. Okay, this is a wrong book. Mark.
It's not Krishna explanation of the Vedas.
Yes. Explanation of the Vedic path. And we finished. What was the last verse you read? 21?
22.
22. You read 22. You read everything. Okay, so we're going to read from 23 onwards to the end. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasan Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nashta Praesva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavatir Naishtiki. Before the reciting of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer his respectful obeisances unto Narayan, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan Rishi, Supremmost Human Being, the Goddess of Learning, Mother Saraswati, and unto the author, Srila Vyasadeva. The regular service to the Bhagavatam, the person Bhagavatam, everything that is troublesome to the heart is destroyed almost to nil, and loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised by chosen hymns, is established from within as irrevocable fact. Text 23, we're going to just do translations like you did yesterday. It's optional. Okay. Just follow in the footsteps. Those, we take turns, right? Okay. Those statements of scripture promising fruitive rewards do not prescribe the ultimate good for man, but are merely incitements for executing beneficial religious duties, like promises of a candy spoken to induce a child to take beneficial medicine. You've experienced that before, I mean, a doctor, right? It's such an old thing. It's since time immemorial. They've been administering sugar-coated medicine. It's like coming to the moment for purification. Just chant and be happy, right? It's sugar-coated. But then you realize, oh my God, I have to pull out the anarthas. Not only that, but others, they're going to help me also purify that bitter taste of anartha nivritti, right? But Krishna is so sweet and devotees are so sweet that we can endure even the greatest obstacle. By the mercy of a great soul, so we can endure anything. And by the power of bhakti, because bhakti is so sweet. And the process itself, it's susukam kartu agnya, very, very palatable, very sweet. But there's some also medicine, there's some effects of the medicine. So when we feel that pinch, that's the medicine working. What is it called in psychology? Transference, right? When somebody says something and it rubs you the wrong way. What is it? What is it in you that has caused that? Right? What is it that they said the world is a mirror of ourselves. So if something that is rubbing us the wrong way, what is it in me that it's impure, that it causes this pain, this discomfort? We have to reflect. And this process is working. It's not the other way around. Oh, now I'm feeling pain, so therefore it is not just chant and be happy. So therefore I'm going to just throw the towel and I'm out of here. Don't be a sunshine devotee. That's the t-shirt. When the things get tough, we get tougher. But as Gopi Jivan Prabhu was pointing out, it is going to be not sustainable unless we develop some param drishta nivartati, the higher taste. It'll be very difficult to sustain that long term. We can bite the bullet for some time, but long term that is not recommended. So we have to find ways that inspires us on our path. With a kirtan, cooking, where's Rahel? Is our upcoming cook star in Radharani's kitchen. There might be Sankirtan, like upcoming stars in book distribution. Zach and Stephen. Katie, I saw Katie yesterday. She was stopping people left and right. Rapid fire. Anything that moves gets the book. There's a squirrel. Get her. Yeah, it's finding something that inspires us and sharing Krishna consciousness. Okay, so let's should we go to
Simply by material birth, human beings become attached within their minds to personal sense gratification, long duration of life, sense activities, bodily strength, sexual potency, and friends and family. Their minds are thus absorbed in that which defeats their actual self-interest.
Those ignorant of their real self-interest are wandering on the path of material existence, gradually heading toward darkness. Why would the Vedas encourage them in sense gratification if they, although foolish, submissively pay heed to Vedic injunctions?
Persons with perverted intelligence do not understand this actual purpose of Vedic knowledge and instead propagate as the highest Vedic truth the flowery statements of the Vedas that promise material rewards. Those in actual knowledge of the Vedas never speak in that way.
So what's going on here, guys? Are the Vedas good? Are the Vedas bad?
Say something, but it really doesn't mean that. It's not actually trying to promote sense gratification. People who are foolish think that it is a thing to promote.
Okay, say that again.
People who are foolish read the statements of the Vedas and think that it's trying to encourage me to engage in sense gratification. Krishna is saying that why would the Vedas do that? It's just stupid. That's not the real purpose of the Vedas.
That's right. They're forgetting the real purpose.
It has some
How
flowery
does
statements.
that happen? How does that happen? How can one forget the real purpose? This is very puzzling, right? Because the Vedas seems like it's very clear. There's 18 Puranas, 6 foot of people in mode of ignorance, 6 foot of people in mode of passion, and 6 foot of people in mode of goodness. And then there's, transcendence. It's like you can see it's leading you somewhere. So how is it? Yes, bro.
It's people think that the Vedas like shrine
Yes.
hopping.
That's kind of funny because, we don't need, instructions on how to enjoy. Everyone does that already. But we
Okay.
need instructions to do the opposite.
We need instructions to do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But what's opposite of enjoying?
Huh?
What's opposite of enjoying?
Understanding what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, I thought it was suffering.
Oh.
So you're saying transcending. So that's further enjoyment, because the highest enjoyment is enjoyment in Krishna consciousness. The pure enjoyment. Right? Is that what you're saying? But is it true that we don't need education to learn how to enjoy? Oh, but there's, like I just said, there's 6 Puranas for this mode, 6 Puranas. So there's even in a school, there's a lot of people who go to New Delhi, right? But not many go to Vrindavan. Why? In Vrindavan, you'll find the highest rasa. What's lacking? It's not automatic. To learn how to relish in life, it requires education. That's the whole point. How to take it to the highest level is to put Krishna in the center. This is what people just don't get it. Why? Because the attachment. We're trapped. We're trapped in this body, in a mesh of senses. And we can't let go. We're like that monkey. You know how they catch a monkey? In India? Monkeys like what?
Other monkeys.
Huh? Yeah, that is true. But in terms of food, you're chewing on apple now?
Banana, yeah.
Yeah, how about banana? How about banana for a monkey? Yeah, it's classic. What is one thing that is even better than banana that monkey likes?
Mango.
Okay, that's nice. How about roasted banana? Because when you roast the banana, this aroma, you know, the heat gets this ganda out. So nice. So the hunter roasts banana, and then he puts it in a pumpkin. The pumpkin has a hole, and it's chained to a tree. So sets the trap, goes away, hides, and then monkey goes. He smells the roasted banana, which permeates this air with such a nice, sweet aroma. And then hunter goes, there you go, there you go. Illustration for today. Then the monkey goes, checks it out, there's a hole, puts the hand, grabs it, feels the banana, and then he wants to pull it out, but he can't. Because, see, when a fish goes in like this, it's one size, but when he holds something, it's the other size, it's a little bigger. So he's stuck. And then he wants to pull the pumpkin, the whole thing, but it's chained to the tree, or a rope to the tree. So he realizes, oh my God, I can't go. and starts freaking out. You want to make monkey sounds? Okay, that's regular. How does the monkey who's freaking out sound like? Like freaking out. He's freaking out. He's freaking out now. He's stuck. This alarms the hunter. He goes, oh, he's caught. Now hunter is coming. Monkey can see. Earlier, all he had to do is just let go of banana. He's free, right? Now, at this point, he can even see the hunter coming. He's freaking out even more. All he had to do is just let go of banana, and he's free, but he can't. He's too attached. So this is why people miss this highest point, or the essence of the Veda, because we're too damn attached. We're too damn attached to flowery words. And as the verse in the Gita goes, which is kind of like a cross-reference here, 242 and 3. For people of a less intelligence, they attach to the flowery words of the Vedas. Right? Yeah.
The small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various creative activities for elevation to heavenly planets, result in good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this.
It's like seeing but not seeing. It's blinding. This attachment is very blinding. Whereas Jesus says, you're blinded by your passion. Don't be blinded by your passion. So it's very important to elevate ourselves. Keep going on a path. Keep marching on a progressive path of devotion. Don't get stuck.
You mentioned the point of Sham, while he was commenting that why would someone need instructions to enjoy? I think that's what Sham was also saying. Like the birds and bees, they also enjoy. Like Prabhupada also says that why would it need like using a skyscraper like to enjoy, and the birds and bees are doing it like much more easily like on the street. So if you think like that, why would the Vedas, like such highly elevated like scriptures, would they just come to the point of like instructing us how to enjoy? Is that like naturally ingrained in us? So maybe they have something more, like they have a deeper sense.
Yes. Gopi, you have some?
So, in one, I don't know if I'm fully understanding Nitai, but it seems like the
what we're pondering over is why would the Vedas even bother having that section that speaks about sense gratification if its real purpose is something else. But I think you can you can use this analogy of there's a shopping mall, for example, and they have different stores. They have Whole Foods and then they have McDonald's. But the owner of the shopping mall knows he has to have all the varieties of stores, otherwise people want what they want. So a certain section of people, if they can't get what they want in the shopping mall, they'll go somewhere else. So I think the Vedas, the Vedic texts, it's very clear that if there isn't a section of the Vedas telling you how to enjoy materially, then society will just kind of, human beings will do it in their own way and obviously degrade themselves. We'll be uncivilized.
Yeah.
We'll be uncivilized. Yeah. Anybody, eating process is the same, right? Defending. Now we have excelled in all these animalistic propensities, but to what extent that is civilized, it will determine the mode of nature. You know, to enjoy in a mode of goodness, we have to think of this world as a prison. I'm thinking about Alex now and his birthday. Because it is. It's Durga. It is a prison house. Durga means dur, difficult, ka, to leave. It's very difficult to leave this world. It is a prison. We think it as, oh, it's a nice place. No, it's not. You can be a prisoner A, prisoner B, or prisoner C. Prison A meaning you have internet access, you got your tablet, you got your, access to all the universities, you can get degrees. A prisoner C or D is like solitary, right? It doesn't matter the circumstance. You're still a prisoner. You're still in a pickle. This is what we don't get, and this is why people fail. They have no desire to leave this world. If we have no desire to leave this world, we're going to fail again and again to realize Krishna or pleasing Krishna is my goal of life. Because by that, I'll get out of here. But are we comfortable? Are we comfortable being in this world? To the degree you're comfortable, to that degree you'll have difficulty leaving it. That's the point. And that's the attachment that it's holding us back. Yes?
Well, one purpose is that if you have desires, they may not be all that spiritual or the best desires, but you perform the prescribed ritual or sacrifice, and then you get the result. And this increases your faith in the Vedas. So then, when you start to think, well, maybe there's something higher than this, you already have faith, some faith that the Vedas work, they're authoritative, so then you can reach hopefully a higher goal.
That's right. It's a gradual. That's another good point. Thank you, Gopal. It's a gradual process. So Shyam, yes, Prabhu, you are right. We need to gradually come to the point of transcending. We cannot jump, but gradually we elevate ourselves. Okay, shall we continue? Any other thoughts? Yes, Prabhu. Antoine.
It sounds like a choose your own adventure. So like when it's what everybody's saying, based on your level of consciousness, you could decide how to engage it. And if you decide to keep seeking, it just keeps going and going and going. And wherever you stop, that's where it stops. You can't understand deeper knowledge, even if it's put in simple terms. You're just bewildered until you progress beyond that stage. So stage one, like, oh, there's more, stage two, stage three, and then maybe you're stuck at stage three and you could just live in that space. But if you keep going through discipline and association with other people that know better than you could just, I don't think there's an end to how deep knowledge can actually go.
That's right. There's no end to it. It's perfect and more perfect. And that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness, an ultimate goal of Vedic path. here is explained by Krishna to Uddhava. That it's all inclusive. There's no bad situation, just encouragement to progress. Wherever you're at, start somewhere and then keep going. Don't get stuck. That's the whole. Yes, Prabhu.
I just say
I don't know if you're taking questions now or just comments.
No, you just we're trying to get to the 43.
Okay, then I'll
We have-
wait today.
Okay. Let's keep going because we don't want to fail on our homework. Those who
are full of lust, avarice, and greed mistake mere flowers to be the actual fruit of life. Bewildered by the glare of fire and suffocated by its smoke, they cannot recognize their own true identity.
somehow blinded.
My dear Uddhava, persons dedicated to sense gratification obtained through honoring the Vedic rituals cannot understand that I am situated in everyone's heart and that the entire universe is non-different from me and emanates from me. Indeed, they are just like persons whose eyes are covered by fog.
That's why there's confidential knowledge, and then there's most confidential knowledge, right? You got to pay your membership. No. The only pay you have to pay is your desire, your genuine, sincere desire to want that. And Krishna won't force you, because love is not forced. Love is voluntary. Yes.
Those who are sworn to sense gratification cannot understand the confidential conclusion of Vedic knowledge, as explained by me. Taking pleasure in violence, they cruelly slaughter innocent animals in sacrifice for their own sense gratification, and thus worship demigods, forefathers, and leaders among ghostly creatures. Such passion for violence, however, is never encouraged within the process of Vedic sacrifice.
Just as a foolish businessman gives up his real wealth in useless business speculation, foolish persons give up all that is actually valuable in life and instead pursue promotion to material heaven, which, although pleasing to hear, is actually unreal, like a dream. Such bewildered persons imagine within their hearts that they will achieve all material blessings.
That's, sounds like American dream, right? American dream, until you wake up. And usually that waking up is a very shrewd awakening. At the end of your life, you realize, a lot of those retired people realize, everything I worked so hard in life, looking back, it's just like a foam in an ocean. There's no substance. It's all gone. Once you're gone, it's all gone. You can't take nothing with you. Yes, actually.
I was watching, it just popped up in my Facebook, these quotes from like Hollywood movies, and
Hollywood or Bollywood?
Hollywood.
Oh. Quotes from Bollywood movies.
From Hollywood movies. Like Hollywood from California. And I just remember seeing a lot of them they all talked about, like a lot of them were supposed to be like very wise things in our culture, but all of them really centered around this idea of like, don't let anyone tell you you can't, get all of your dreams or accomplish your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do something. But that's literally like...
It pops the bubble.
Yeah, it's like we all think that we can always accomplish our dreams, but that's just not true. Like we can accomplish all of our desires if we just work harder, do better, but then we like keep doing that and then we're like 70.
Big propaganda out there, right? Go for your dreams. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, there's, again, this blind spot. You know what blind spot is? When you drive a car, there's a blind, you can't see it. Vinashati Napashi, in the Gita, comes up. They're seeing but not seeing towards the end. What is it? Yeah, Pashina Napashati. You're seeing, but you're not seeing. There's a blind, so you can't see it. So everybody's chasing after it, like a this animal in the desert, running after that. What is it called? Phantasmagoria. It's mirage. It's a mirage of water. So that's chasing a dream until you think, oh, it's water coming.
Hello. Hare Krishna.
It's black and white.
There's a little delay. You got to resuscitate it. You got to resuscitate it in lotus hands of Nitai Gauranga. Yes, thank you for sharing that. We should be careful in chasing those dreams, knowing that there's an ultimate goal. There's nothing wrong in chasing your dreams, but know that ultimate goal is to please Krishna. Whatever your dream is, include Krishna. Include Krishna. Just add Krishna. This is Prabhupada's program, right? PhD, no problem. Just add Krishna. Climbing the Mount Everest, no problem. Just add Krishna. Going down, deep down, diving in the submarine, don't do it because it might implode. There are some things that are like flat out stupid in this world, and we shouldn't risk. Yeah, we don't break principle of gambling. Don't gamble with things that are just dangerous, unnecessarily dangerous. There's plenty of adventure and risk within the realm of Krishna consciousness. All right, so be smart about it. Moving on, yes? 32, we have 10 more verses, hopefully. Those established in material passion, sorry.
Those established in material passion, goodness, and ignorance worship the particular demigods of other deities. Headed by Indra, who manifest the same modes of passion, goodness, and ignorance, they fail, however, to properly worship me.
So worshippers of demigods think we shall worship the demigods in this life, and by our sacrifices we shall go to heaven and enjoy there. When that enjoyment is finished, we shall return to this world and take birth as great householders in aristocratic families. Being excessively proud and greedy, such persons are bewildered by the flowery words of the Vedas. So they are not attracted to topics about me, the Supreme Lord.
The worshippers of the demigods think the Vedas divided into 3 divisions ultimately reveal the living entity as pure spirit soul. The Vedic seers and mantras, however, deal in esoteric terms, and I also am pleased by such confidential descriptions.
What you had a question about earlier? Do you want to explain how they think?
We'll perform sacrifices and go to demigods, and when we finish that term, we'll come back and take birth in aristocratic families. I guess they want to keep repeating that cycle, like the best position in earth, and then enjoy more, and then come back to enjoy a little less. But
Yeah, they're comfortable. They're comfortable in this world. Just like there are some prisoners who are very comfortable in a prison. Very comfortable. Actually, so comfortable that, and so dysfunctional out there in the world. Because that's the goal, to be free, right? There are some prisoners who are so comfortable when they go out in the world, they actually purposely commit a crime just to go back in. They have no life outside. They can't think of life outside of prison. That's so conditioned. Yeah, it's a conditioning. So here we are, conditioned souls. We're very comfortable. You know, when they leave the prison, they have these trash cans. And they're full of Bibles, because that's the first thing they discard. When they get free, just throw it in. And they go back to their sinning or whatever their crimes. This is the Hasti Snana, right? The elephant bath. There's no real reform in our heart. The real reform in our heart doesn't take place. sin, you confess, atone, sin again, atone, go out, break the law and go back. It's just like perpetual. The real change is the change of heart. This means opening your heart for Krishna and Krishna's devotees. And start somewhere in a practice of pure devotional service. This world is a very cruel world. We talked about it in TLC. We all come in from the backgrounds of some experience of pain and heartbreak. But now we have to open our heart to Krishna, right? How do we do that? It's a gradual process. It's a gradual process. But start somewhere. And we read that one?
The transcendental sound of the Vedas is very difficult to comprehend and manifests on different levels within the prana, senses, and mind. This Vedic sound is unlimited, very deep, and unfathomable, just like the ocean.
Next. As the unlimited, changing, and omnipotent personality of God are dwelling within all living beings, I personally established the Vedic sound vibration in the form of Omkara within all living entities. It is thus perceived subtly, just like a single strand of fiber on a lotus stalk.
Just as a spider brings forth from its heart its web and emits it through its mouth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests himself as the reverberating primeval vital air, comprising all sacred Vedic meters and full of transcendental pleasure. Thus the Lord, from the ethereal sky of his heart, creates the great and limitless Vedic sound by the agency of his mind, which conceives of variegated sounds such as the sparshas. The Vedic sound branches out in thousands of directions, adorned with the different letters expanded from the syllable Om, the consonants, vowels, sibilants, and semivowels. The Veda is then elaborated by many verbal varieties, expressed in different meters, each having 4 more syllables than the previous one. Ultimately, the Lord again withdraws his manifestation of Vedic sound within himself.
Vedic meters are Gayatri, Vashnik, Anustup, Brihati, Pankti, Trishtup, Jagati, Atichanda, Atyasti, Atijagati, and Ativirat.
Almost there.
In the entire world, no one but me actually understands the confidential purpose of Vedic knowledge. Thus, people do not know what the Vedas are actually prescribing in the ritualistic injunctions of Karmakanda, or what object is actually being indicated in the formulas of worship found in the Upasana Kanda, or that which is elaborately discussed through various hypotheses in the Jnana Kanda section of the Vedas.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to read the last one? Because we didn't.
I am the ritualistic sacrifice enjoined by the Vedas, and I am the worshipable deity. It is I who am presented as various philosophical hypotheses, and it is I alone who am then refuted by philosophical analysis. The transcendental sound vibration thus establishes me as the essential meaning of all Vedic knowledge. The Vedas elaborately analyzing all material duality as nothing but my illusory potency, ultimately completely negate this duality and achieve their own satisfaction.
The Vedas elaborately analyzing all material duality as nothing but my illusory potency, ultimately completely negate this duality and achieve their own satisfaction. It's like, red pill, blue pill. Do you decide to live in a world of duality, or you decide to step on a path of Krishna consciousness? Because in Krishna consciousness, duality is dissolved, right? Prabhupada give that example of a cow dung, paddy, wet stool, dry stool, right? What is good in this world? What is good in a prison house? Yeah, you might get internet access, you might get Even the higher range, they have those the ankle, higher range. But once you pass, you can't fly to India. You can't even leave your state sometimes. What's the use? You're still imprisoned. You're still confined, right? So wet stool, dry stool. So-called good, so-called bad. Prabhupada gave example of a cow dung, a wet cow dung, laughing at the dry cow dung as it burns in a fire. You know that example? So in India, they take the cow dung and they dry it in a wall, right? They make these patties. You've seen that? You want to pull that up? So they dry them. They dry. There's not, like house outside looks like has chicken pox. See, and so when it's wet, it stays. Once it's ready to burn, it will drop by itself. It's a very nice, sustainable way of living. So once it dries, it drops, and then you stack it up, and then you burn it in a fire. So the wet cow dung was laughing at the dry cow dung. The wet cow dung on a wall was laughing at the dry cow dung being burned in the fire, not knowing that he's next in the line. So we're like that. We think, oh, yeah, these people they don't they don't know, they can't make it, but I'm here and I'm comfortable. I'm okay. Not knowing that we're next in the line. Another example of animals in a line in the slaughterhouse. They don't know they're the next. So like that. In this world of duality, what is good, what is bad? To forget Krishna is bad, ultimate bad. And to remember is the ultimate good. Very simple. Right? Smartavyo satatam Vishnu Vismartavyo na jatachit. Sarve vidi nishedasyo etayor eva kinkar. To always remember Krishna and to never forget him. It's one rule with two sides, like a one coin with two sides. Always remember, never forget. That is the only rule. All other rules, etayor eva kinkara, they're subservient to this one, right? What did the Slipknot said? There's a song of a Slipknot. Don't forget to remember, right? There's a song of Slipknot. Yeah, don't forget to remember. It's very simple, and this blind spot that we have, we can only check with the mirror. This, what's it called? Side mirror, right? Rear view is here. But the blind, it's same thing, side mirror, rear view. There's three, there's middle one. But this one, the middle one, it's not relevant in terms of the blind spot, it's just a rear. The side mirror will give you that, will cover that angle. So what does the side mirror represent in this case? Yes, what makes the difference in this pious, what makes the difference on this pious path of just bhutva praliyate, coming again and again, coming and regurgitating, chewing the chewed. Another thing of the cow reference. When the cow chews the dung, it chews it as 4 stomachs.
It stores the food and chews it later.
Yeah. It not the dung, the cud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it chews the grass. I said, yeah, that's wrong. Yeah. Now, the cow comes and chews the grass, of course, eats the grass. And then it becomes the cud. It becomes the cud. It pulls it out from his, somehow has the ability, because there's 4 stomachs, pulls it out and then chews it again. So it chews it a lot of times, it chews. All the nourishment, all the nutrients are gone, and then it spits it. Then another cow comes, it takes that cut. There's nothing left. It's like chewing the chewed. There's nothing left there. But we're chewing the chewed. There's no nourishment. So what's the point? Without that reference of having mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas in our life, it will be very difficult to make a difference. We'll be stuck in bhutva praliyati, just chewing the tube. We've done it so many times, since time immemorial. We've been up, we've been down. Let's make a difference. Let's wake up from the dream. Prabhu, you had a question? You had a question?
No, I was just gonna ask you. You mentioned somewhere in the middle of the class that about getting out of this material world and then serving Krishna. So I was thinking that what is the reason in Shastras? How will you describe it? Is it getting out from this material world so that we can serve Krishna, or is it we want to serve Krishna so that we get out of the material world?
It's both. It's both. Because you can't do the one without the other.
Yeah, I was thinking, what should be our mood? Because when a conditioned soul is fried up in the material world, soul wants to get out of the world.
Yeah, that's the difference between impersonal and personal path. Impersonal path is, I'm tired of this world. I just want to get out of here, right? But then gradually, hopefully, you get the mercy. That's nothing wrong with that, because it is true. This is not a place for gentlemen, right? Or gentle old ladies. It's not. Because it's temporary, it's full of misery. Why would you want to aspire in a place like that for anything? So it's fair that one becomes exhausted, materially exhausted. Right? This is the point. And then above that, look for way out. But if we're lucky, we'll receive the mercy of the devotees. And then it wouldn't matter, because serving Krishna is automatically granting things that are beyond liberation, beyond mukti. We're not salvationists as devotees, as aspiring devotees. We just want to please Krishna and Krishna's devotees. And we don't mind going to hell, as gopis manifested in a time when Krishna had a headache. What happened? Narada Muni said, there's a cure. What is it?
We wanted dust from the lotus feet of Krishna.
The only cure for Krishna's headache was that.
Krishna wants dust from your lotus feet.
Is it? Yeah, I need dust. The only way to cure my headache is the dust from my devotee's lotus feet. And Narada said, I cannot do that. I'll go to hell. I'll never touch, even think of touching, what to speak of getting the dust from my feet. But how did the gopis respond to that?
They said, no, please take it. Take it if it's...
How much he needs? Immediately, because as long as Krishna is pleased, we don't mind. Narada said, well, wait a minute. Don't you know you'll suffer for this? We don't mind. As long as Krishna's headache is cured. This is Ananya Bhakti. This is pure devotional service. So from suffering from -1 to 0 to +1. That's kind of the krama, or the sequence. From suffering to wanting to be getting out of here, to doing something that is pleasing to Krishna, which is transcendental. Then it won't matter if you're here, Vrindavan, spiritual world, Vaikuntha, it doesn't matter where you are. On a beach, you're absorbed in serving Krishna. Okay, the mic is off. This is it? Is breakfast ready? We don't know. Okay, well, thank you very much for your kind participation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Go Premanande.
Yajal Janindriya Samikaram Jive